I am Basil Butcher of Train to Vitality. I'm here today talking to you in this video blog about pain and injury. This is really important because I work with clients primarily helping them to overcome pain and improve their performance in life and sport. And so many people are hampered by pain in their quests to achieve their fitness goals, whether it be weight loss, whether it be improving performance in sport or life, or just improving their quality of life and feeling better about themselves. So, because this thing called pain seems to be this great mystifying thing that we're spending billions and billions of dollars to overcome, and we seem not to be getting any closer to it. I'm going to try to demystify it somewhat for you and enlighten you about the approach that we use based on the C Health system. We're going to be talking about something called a threat neuromatrix, which is based on neuroscience research, and pain and injury. First thing we want to talk about is 10 concepts. I'm going to read these 10 concepts because some of you guys it's going to be really weird to wrap this around your brain when I read them, because we've been told what pain was and neuroscience research has shown otherwise. And so to get a basis as to how and why we do what we do, I want you to get these concepts. So the first one is pain is 100% of the time an output of the brain. Note I said 100%. This does not mean that the peripheral tissue receptors, which are like the nerves, your muscles, etc., are uninvolved. But it does mean that these tissues can only send danger signals to the brain. You heard that. They only can send danger signals to the brain. Pain is a decision or a construct made by the brain based on the perception of threat. The brain should be the target for training in people experiencing pain or performance blocks. That's what I do. Injury does not equal pain, nor does pain equal injury. And what I mean by that, we'll get into that a lot in future blogs, is you have people with a torn meniscus in their knee and there is no pain in their knee. You have people with discs bulging or even herniated in their lumbar spine in their back, and they don't have no pain. You have folks with torn rotated cuff muscles in their shoulder. There's no pain. And then you have other people that are in crazy pain. So if those things cause pain, it should be 100% of the time, shouldn't it? Okay. Pain is a threat or action signal, not an indicator of the damage. Very interesting. As I just said, you got a torn meniscus and you have no pain, right? The objective evidence of tissue damage does not mean it is the cause of the pain. As I just said, you got a torn meniscus in the knee and you don't have pain. All right. There is no single pain center in the brain. It's a multifaceted event. The pain neuromatrix in an individual is specific, which means there's a wide variety in which cortical areas, that is in the brain, are activated to produce pain between individuals. So that's why everything has to be individualized, assessed and reassessed. You'll hear that a lot as I continue with these blogs. Pain is an experience in a body image, or what they call virtual body, held in the brain. This is why you have amputees that can experience phantom limb pain. They lost a limb, but they still feel in pain in that limb that was lost. Pain can create a neuroplastic change, leading to pain neurosignature. Well, that's a fancy word, neurosignature. We'll get into that another time. In other words, it's possible to practice pain and become better at experiencing it. So what that means is, I have had clients, they have pain, that pain all in different parts of their body, a couple of regions. And as we applied the approach that you're going to hear from me about in future blogs, they may have one area, and that's the one area they've been practicing pain for so long that every time that threat bucket that I'm going to talk to you about in a second rises to the level of the threshold level, the output is pain. So they keep practicing that. That's why it's important to educate my clients about these points as I'm telling you about them, so you can really understand this whole concept of pain. Well, now we look at how I would explain how pain can occur, and often occurs, is we have this bucket, what we call a threat bucket, with a sprout. When the threat bucket rises up to the level of the sprout, which we would call the threshold, the output is pain. So what I'm saying is you have to have a multiple amount of threats over and rising amount of threats before you get to experiencing pain. So as we said earlier, pain is an action signal of the threat level as perceived by your brain throughout your body. So your threats can be poor exercise habits or just exercise. It could be joint not moving as well, dysfunction, your eyes, your inner ear. It could be finances, relationship issues, poor diet. All of those things can add up. And then it gets to a level, and there you have a threat. It's past the threshold, and there you get pain. So the cool thing that you're going to hear from me is that I don't have to be a counselor to tell you about your relationship issues to bring that threat down. I just work on the threats that I'm trained to do, which is stuff with your eyes, your inner ear, your joints, movement, period. Your breathing, etc. And your pain would be gone. And you'll be moving better. Your performance blocks will be overcome. And you'll be moving like your brain. You'll start moving like your brain wants you to move, like an athlete, taking the brakes off of you. That's what I do. So look out for my blog next week, where we're going to get into another topic as to how we overcome pain. And you'll see demonstration of drills, etc., and things that we do to help you overcome pain, which you can practice and try at home. So until then, have a great week.